Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you the two most important things you need to focus on in your video marketing on YouTube. And the first one is click-through rates. So this is basically what gets you more views. The better your click-through rate, the more views you'll get per video. So you're always going to have videos in a list or on a page that has other videos right next to yours. Your click-through rate is what improves when more people start clicking your video instead of the ones surrounding it. It could be on the trending page, it could be on the home page where your videos are on the suggestions tab or on their subscriptions tab, what's been uploaded by their subscriptions, or it could be on the search results page when people search something on YouTube or Google and your video pops up as well as others. So you want to maximize this as much as you can. One thing I recommend you do is you go to your analytics. I recommend you go to the new studio for this. It's just easier that way. But if you go to reach and you see your average impressions click-through rate over a period of time, what you want to do is make note of videos that have a much lower than usual click-through rate or a much higher than usual click-through rate. Now, I do recommend that you do videos that are at least a week or two old just so they've matured enough before gathering the data. But I'm just using a quick example here of some that were published in the last week. So if this was one that got published, a couple weeks ago, and it still had only let's see, it has about a 4.2% impressions click-through rate. Now my channel average is about 5.9%, so that's lower. But if it was, if it was better than 5.9%, I would put it in the what's been working section on a spreadsheet. I would also probably put this one in the what doesn't work section. So that tells me that if I keep getting some like these from similar thumbnails and titles, I need to change my strategy. So I'm always experimenting with this, but you want to have a spreadsheet or something that you can log this data in. So what works and what doesn't, and then find a pattern over time. The more videos you do, the better your trends and your patterns will show up. But what you want to do is use your analytics, figure out on each video that's been out for a while whether it is a dramatic decrease or increase in click-through rate. And if it's even a small increase in click-through rate, I would put that in the what is working section. But you can create spreadsheets for free using Google Drive if you have a Gmail account, or you can pay for Microsoft Office, which will have more features, but of course is going to cost you. So how do you create a better thumbnail? The first thing you want to do is have a thumbnail image that is optimized for YouTube. So you can do this by going to a site like canva.com, which you can use for free, and using the YouTube thumbnail template. With this design, you have a 1280 by 720 pixel template that allows you to create something that looks more like this. So it's more of a wider rectangle. If it's too long and skinny, a lot of it will get cut off when you upload it for your video. If it's too square, a lot of it will get cut off on the sides. So you want to make sure it's optimized properly. It also has a lot of templates on here that you can use. You can change the colors. You can change the writing style, the font, and all of that stuff through here as well. So that's one great place to create this stuff if you don't have Photoshop or some sort of special graphic design software. You can also create these within YouTube without even leaving YouTube with TubeBuddy and VidIQ. These are both really good extensions. Even if you don't use them for your thumbnails, I recommend you get them because they tell you about your competition. They tell you about how your videos are performing and where you can improve. It's just an add-on basically to your analytics, and it also helps you with some of automation. So if you were to click the TubeBuddy drop down next to a video, you can create a thumbnail generator right here, and it has frames from the video, which is helpful. So you can use that, or you can use a solid color or something like that. So if you want to use, especially if you use still frames from the video, it would be easier to use TubeBuddy or VidIQ. Now here's what the VidIQ one looks like. Just go to thumbnail editor, and then you can create a thumbnail from this video, use solid color, use image, use a still from the video, and then in many cases you can save a template so it's faster in the future. Then you need to obviously see what's working from other people. So if you go back to the trending page, you'll see a lot of good thumbnails. Whatever stands out to you is probably something that works. So many of these, now I wouldn't check like news sites and stuff as much, like ABC News. Obviously, if you're a news channel, maybe you might look at that, but usually there's three main parts to a good thumbnail. If you study this for a while, it usually has a close-up of the person in the video. So like this girl right here, she's probably the main person in the video. You probably recognize her and you want to watch her videos if you're a fan or a subscriber. You usually have some text that explains something in the video or builds suspense or makes you ask a question that you want answered. And it must be big and easy to read so that it's optimized for mobile as well, because a lot of YouTube's channel traffic is from mobile. So make sure if you use words, keep it short and sweet, bold, and easy to read for mobile. And then you usually have some kind of logo for that person. Or if you're like a business or a TV show or something like Wild and Out, you have the logo in the bottom left corner and the people in the video. That's probably like a screenshot from the actual video. But usually they'll have a logo or they'll have some kind of background image showing what's going to happen or building suspense that's related to what's in the video. So those are some of the aspects of a thumbnail that usually will succeed. Many entertainment channels have very similar thumbnails. Now, obviously, I don't have an entertainment channel with this channel right here. This is more of an educational channel, as well as my other main channel. So they're going to be a little different, but you could also take notes from other educational channels as well and look at them. And then you want to optimize your title. This is the other side to maximizing your click-through rate is your title. So you want to have good grammar. You want to have good capitalization. You can go to capitalizemytitle.com, copy and paste your title here, and go to the format you want to use. They're all very similar, and it'll capitalize it properly for you. And then you also want to click the check my grammar button to make sure you didn't misspell anything. And then you can go to coschedule.com and look up the headline analyzer. So this is what the page kind of looks like. You copy and paste your headline in here and click the Analyze Now button. And you'll have to put in like your name and your email and stuff like that to use this. But once you do, you'll notice that this is a very helpful free tool. It will analyze your headline for you. It will break down the different words in your title, and it will give you a score. Your score needs to be like as close to optimized as possible. I believe it's like 100 now. They did used to do like letter grades. They changed it up recently, but as far as maximizing your title, you want it to usually be like in the green for your analysis. Like so, this one I typed in is good on characters, but maybe has too many words. So I might want to do slightly shorter ones in the future, or maybe just use a few less words. It looks like I need to use more emotional words or more power words because it's too neutral. It doesn't create any kind of emotional response, positive or negative. So I want to use that in the future because it's too neutral and makes people less likely to click on it. So then you have, of course, your keywords and stuff as well, which you need to include so it's searchable. And those types of things, that's what goes into what makes a good headline. So I would use those two tools, capitalizemytitle.com and the CoSchedule Headline Analyzer, to maximize your titles. And then just, of course, look at your competition, see what titles they're using that got a lot of views. So the second thing you want to do is maximize your total watch time. Now, a lot of YouTube experts will talk about retention as well. Retention is really good because it gets people to the end of your videos. Maybe will get them to watch another video or subscribe. But, you know, getting a 50% retention rate is good, but the main reason you want to improve your retention is because you want to improve your total watch time. YouTube loves videos that get lots of watch time. So that's their business, and it also improves your business. So what you want to do is, again, use that spreadsheet I recommended that you create of what works and what doesn't. So you want to have a separate section of what works and what doesn't for watch time. So you can get a better idea of how long a video should be, what your video structure should look like, because you need to know what works and what doesn't so you can optimize and improve that watch time score every month without just having to constantly create more content, because you only have so much free time. So you go to your analytics, go to your watch time, and then look at what gets the most watch time per video. What stands out? So most of these videos that I have on this page are, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, something like that. And then you see one that might be 5 minutes. And I look over and, okay, what's this video about? Oh, it's 30 minutes long. That's a much longer video than usual. So that tells me longer videos typically get more watch time. Even if it's a smaller percentage of retention, it might get a lot more watch time. So if I do longer videos, that can improve your watch time and make you more ad revenue or whatever kind of revenue you're getting. And then another thing you can do, of course, with watch time is you can keep people's attention. So this will improve the retention of the video and getting more people to the end of it. So they give more watch time per 10 minutes than the normal amount would be. So for instance, if you have a 30-minute video, but everybody drops out by 5 minutes in, it's no good. But if you have a 10-minute video and people watch an average of 8 minutes of that, then that's going to perform a lot better. So to keep people's attention, you constantly have to tweak things. Like one thing you might do is make your introduction shorter or just get rid of it altogether. You'll notice someone like PewDiePie doesn't even use an introduction. He just goes right into the content, and he's got 100 million plus subscribers now. He's like the second largest or maybe the largest YouTube channel out there. He's top 2 at least. So this right here, this line, when you click on a video and you look at audience retention, it tells you how many people get to the end of your video all the way through, and it tells you what's the average view duration, average percentage viewed, and then where the biggest drop-offs are. So if it's very gradual, that's probably okay. But if you have a big drop, like usually the biggest drop is at the beginning in the first 14 seconds, you might need to make your intro smaller or get rid of it altogether. So used to, when I had a longer intro, you would see a much steeper drop off than that one. So you can get rid of the intro, make it shorter, do things throughout the video to keep people's attention, maybe make a list video, maybe do some stuff like walking outside or having different things in the background going on instead of just having the same background every time. Maybe you can record your screen while you're doing something. Use more visuals and do whatever you can to keep people's attention, and then experiment with making longer videos. All those things will improve your total watch time. So that's the 2 main things you want to do. Those are the things you want to focus on. Your click-through rate will get you more views, and your watch time will get you more revenue and more diehard fans that will probably subscribe. So hopefully this was helpful for you. If you thought it was, check out that playlist in the top right and subscribe if you want. I'll have more videos like this coming out every week. And also you can check out selfmadesuccess.com for a written version of this post and the links and show notes that I mentioned in this video. So hopefully this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.